Hey, I'm Mr. Cole, welcome back to MotoGP 17 and the Manager Career. As here we are in the final part of the triple header. It nears the end of the season, and it is the penultimate round here in Malaysia around the Sepang International Circuit, much more known for car racing, of course, built for F1 back in the late 90s. It's definitely become a bit of a home for motorcycle racing as well. As we've got someone on the apex, what are you doing? Not qualifying effort. As Dan MacDonald needs to win the last couple of rounds to have any chance of winning championship after another disastrous round in Phillip Island. Had a couple of clashes with a couple of Italian riders, just like he did in MotoGP as well. I'm not saying Mir's paid off anybody, okay? Just insinuating it. But we are around the circuit which has been so good in the past to MacDonald and Elusive, especially last season. So we've got to repeat the trick here, as qualifying is a bit tougher now that thanks to the viewer who discovered the trick that was a bit glitched in qualifying. I just thought Milestone hadn't bothered to fix qualifying. Obviously they have, but they haven't done a very good job of it. So we're trying to get good of that here, qualifying the top 10 at least, I think is the aim. Even further than that is a bit of a bonus, because you definitely have a race pace. We're showing that throughout the whole of the season. No doubt we've got race pace. It's just putting it together in the race. Just undone us now. It did at the beginning of the season, now it's doing it at the end of the season. It's just that middle bit which was glorious. For around 12 races. Around this circuit, it should be well suited. We're not going to have too many agility straight line now on this Mahindra, unlike the Peugeot, but even then with the Peugeot it did pretty well, I would say. Let's get a good run out the final corner. Very deceiving that final corner. You've got to brake a bit earlier than you have to into the hook up that apex. 2:15.3. Well, I don't know anymore if that's good or not. I thought it was good in Phillip Island and we ended up in the mid pack, so let's see. As we go to session info, skip time. And in looks like it's a top 10. Oh, we're hanging on. And it is a top 10 as Kinet grabs pole just from Fanati with Mir on the front row. Berger needs the second row ahead of Martin and McPhee, who is coming off a podium in Phillip Island. Very confident the young Scot is an all-Italian third row led by Gian Antonio. And there's MacDonald leading the fourth row just inside the top 10. We achieved their aim at least less than a second off the pace of Kinet, ahead of Otel and Bastianini. As in his home race, Nodin qualifies in 14th. Top Peugeot is Kornfeld in 18th. Next best Mahindra is Delporte in 20th. And there's our teammate in 22nd. He's getting accustomed to that position, isn't he? As right at the back is finished Patrick. So let's see if our Cypriot teammate can score points. Can MacDonald win it all? So there is the grid with a very happy top 6, and we have got wet conditions in the background. Once again, like Phillip Island, it had the rain, cloud, and then the sun, and it looks like this time the rain cloud has won out. We've got a damp track. Very different from qualifying. Will this change how the race pans out compared to in the dryers? Right at the back, got your usual suspects.
So the race is about to begin, and the riders know that all the hard work they've put in won't mean a thing if they can't cross the finish line in one of the positions that counts.
And there is a Dan MacDonald just on that warm-up for that. As we're starting in 10th. It's going to be a long race as we wait for the lights up here and go out for this 5 lap. Bang out already. There's Otel and MacDonald come to blows. Let's allow Bastianini down the inside as the German slows down slightly into the braking zone. And oh, MacDonald diving in deep. Oh no, he's taken down. Magello. It's gone wrong for the McKid again. Too aggressive. Braking like he's in the dry. Obviously not. As they're up to 21st. Almost going back down to last. MacDonald is pretty confident in these conditions, those we've seen earlier in the season around Assen, Silverstone. Motegi as well, at least, you know, in qualifying. And the Saxon Ring as well. I know you might not have seen that, but he was pretty good around the Saxon Ring. And those were similar conditions to this. So we'll see. He can race up the field. He's already back into the points, past the home hero, Nuruddin, almost into the back of, who is that? Is that Guevara? He's got Herrera battling for points again. Just getting a taste of it, as here's Loyola in front, almost into the back of Hotel. He's got past Di Gian Antonio, up into 12. He's looking down the inside of Loyola. Not the corner to do it, too far back. Can definitely think about that. With the left-hander maybe. Look at that, carrying so much more speed than the Leopard rider. MacDonald's so confident in these conditions compared to his opponents. Looking down the inside of Di Gian Antonio into the corner of many racing lines. Looking around the outside of the German as well. And now into the slipstream of Bastianini. He's riding like no one's here. So 3 wide in front going into the final hairpin. Donald outbraking himself slightly, blocking off Bastianini. Nice move there, up into 8th in the slipstream of another Scott. McPhee in front as Martin did the fast lap, not open lap. Goes on to second lap of the race. Looks like that slipstream didn't really help though. As the track is getting wetter. Look at this, it's much wetter than the warm up, isn't it? So he goes side by side with Bastianini. Just like Antonelli's gone wide in front, that's held up Hotel and McPhee. Goes around the outside of the Italian. Up into 9th. And oh, he's using some of the grass. Not the best tactic in these conditions. Almost allows the Italian back by. As he tries to nut by into the right hander, but MacDonald holds him off. As now everything's settling down on this second lap. So just wondering how we're going to get by here. Looking around the outside is MacDonald. Around McPhee and Antonelli. Not that time. Could dive it down the inside into the double right. Not quite close enough in the first part, but it looks like German got held up in the second part as McPhee made a move. Now MacDonald's making his way round the outside. His fellow Brit up into 6th. Nice movers. There's Mir in 5th, right in front. Canet leads. But at this moment in time, MacDonald is out of the championship hunt. He needs to win. Even if Mir finishes 5th, MacDonald would be out of it. But he's looking down the inside of Burger as well. Up into 4th. And now he's got Fanati, I believe, in front. He's got Martin and Canet riding away at the front in the duo. Looks like Martin's messed up though, going into penultimate corner. Oh, MacDonald's messed up even further, going wide there. As Mir's up to 5th ahead of Burger. So still, MacDonald's out of the title race at the moment. Even if he does win, he needs Mir to finish way down the order. It's just not going to happen at the moment. He nicks down the inside of Martin. Not quite happening. Here we go, going into the slipstream. Onto the third out of the race. Kinnett does the fastest at 21.6. Martin's looking around the outside though. No, MacDonald does 19.8. Breaking a 2-minute 20 barrier. My opponents are a bit slow in these conditions. I think it's true to say. As Fanati drops down, getting double slipstream by Mir and Budoga. And now here comes the McKid down the inside of Martin. Looked like he was going to lead into the first corner. Now he's back down to 3rd, is he? He holds on. Into the tight right, wide corner. That just about allows MacDonald to stay on the track. So going around the outside is not a good tactic, it seems, this race. Just got to dive it down the inside here. And that's what he's doing into the fast right. Look at that. Martin leaves the door open. MacDonald doesn't need a second invitation. All over Kinnett. Oh, yeah, breaks himself slightly though in the first right. A good run through the second. Despite being all over the curb and right in the slipstream of his championship rival. Remember, they're battling for second. And they're just 4 points separating them. So whoever wins here will be leading heading into the final round in Valencia. In a moment, that is MacDonald as we're halfway through this race. He takes the lead. Now will he be able to ride away like he did last season? Let's see. I'm speaking with gritted teeth here. Just got to keep the rhythm up here. And look at that, almost a second lead over Kinnett already. He does love these conditions, MacDonald. Let's go down this back straight. So ride the circuit for these Moto3 bikes. Fit like 10 of them. Side by side it feels like. It's crazy. Now, I have tried that in the past in qualifying in real life and had some words, I believe, from the stewards, so not a good idea. I mean, if you can fit 8 Indy cars side by side at Pocono, which seems to be a similar width, no doubt you could do 10 bikes. As MacDonald does another fastest lap, 19.6. Classes the field again in these conditions and in Malaysia. So on the penultimate lap of the race, this is the end of the road for the MacDonald title challenge. Where is Juan Mir? Is the big question. Let's go through that flat out right-hander. A second in front of Kinnett, Martin in third. So Mir's at least not on the podium. But you saw he was battling behind there with Buduga, with Fanati for a top 5. Interested to see if he's still in that battle. And Mir's so good on the final Apple races as well. We've seen numerous times. We saw in Australia as well, winning that race. And he was battling for like third for most of it. And that's perhaps why he's going to be the Moto3 champion after this race, as Kinnett over a second back now. Kind of dialed it back slightly here as MacDonald, but still pushing. Still doesn't want to be out of that zone totally. So when you get out of that zone, you start making silly mistakes. Still want to be in that zone, Malloyden. He definitely is in it. And even if he doesn't win the title, and even if he is out of it, it's been a superb season on the Mahindra. I know there's still one round to go, so I'm eulogising, you know, a bit early. But the step up from the Peugeot has been, that's even bigger than I thought. Now, I was hoping he'd battle for the title. I didn't think he'd be right in it, you know, to the final 3 rounds of the season. He's done very well this season, MacDonald, and definitely thinking of Moto2 next season. We've had our 3 seasons, you know, getting used to Moto3, rising the ranks with Peugeot, and then Mahindra this season, battling for the title. It's once again 2:19.6, so consistent. It's on the final out of the race, 2.5 seconds ahead of Kinnett. Should be no surprise a Brit likes wet weather, shouldn't it? He definitely bought his canoe today. But yeah, the big question about Moto2 next season is whether we can get that Calyx. And then it could be a very short stint in Moto2 like we've seen in the past with, you know, Maverick Vinales. We saw with Alex Rins just a couple of seasons in there before they stepped up. We can see the same again for MacDonald. I think Maverick might be the only rider apart from, you know, Elias, I think, the season 1 champ, the step up after only a season in Moto 2. Not even Marquez did that. I think he finished second to Paul Espargaro and then won the championship. Or was it? Oh no, he was second to Stefan Bradl, wasn't he? And then won the championship from Paul Espargaro, and then Paul won it from Scott Redding. So yeah, very interesting battleground Moto 2. If you're very good, you're not gonna be around there very long. The most like 3 seasons. I think that's how long Volga was in it. Zarco as well. Or was that more like 4 or 5? As we go out of the penultimate corner for the final time. And of course, you had riders like Jack Miller who just skipped it totally from Moto 3 up into MotoGP. It didn't look like a very good bet for the Australian in his first season, but he's won a MotoGP race. He's looked very good this season. It definitely has paid off eventually for Honda. Be interested to see where he is next season. As we are seeing Dan MacDonald win in the background. Fantastic. After that first lap fall. Seems like an age ago. But he wins. Mir is in 4th. Canet is 2nd. Martin 3rd. Berger 5th. Finati 6th. McPhee rounds out the top 10 of Lloyd. DJ Antonio. Magello covered the 13th. Rodrigo and Herrera. Oh, breaking home hearts. Grabbing a point ahead of Nuruddin by 3/10 of a second. But the Spaniard definitely got that knack for points now. As well as our teammate. 31st. He does not like the wet. So in the championship, you have a new champion. Juan Mir, after 2 seasons of being the runner-up to Arnold Canet, he breaks through and grabs his first championship. Well done to the Earpod Racing rider. Well, MacDonald is now just a point ahead of the exiting 2-time champ in the battle for 2nd. With Martin in 4th, 9 points ahead of Berger. That's still not sorted. As well as nicking back just outside the top 10 is Antonelli's jumped ahead of DJ Antonio. He's just 2 points behind McPhee. As well, we've got another furious battle to be in the top 10 in the championship. As Maria Herrera is up to at 21st ahead of Suzuki. Even in now level points of Suzuki in 21st, while our teammates in 25th. And Finnish Patrick is right at the back. As in the constructor standings, Honda now leads by 90 points from Mahindra, who are 63 points ahead of KTM, who are a country mile ahead of Peugeot. As there you have your championship winners so far. It is Juan Mir looking so ecstatic at finally getting that Moto3 World Championship, with MacDonald and Canet still to be sorted in the season finale. As there's a very happy MacDonald. There's our clones cheering us on. As well, there's the bearded one, there's the blonde one. And the bearded one trying to get MacDonald off that bike. Oh god, the eyes are back. They're definitely back. So another Moto3 recap which has MacDonald crashing, but it was at the first corner and he recovered brilliantly the rest of the way to win and achieve that race objective and grab 2nd in the championship, even if it may be temporary. You never know into the season finale. As for a teammate just dropped back once again in the race. Very disappointing. Does he not want to get a contract renewal or something? As I said, it does improve everything apart from his throttle management, braking, corner and body position, while MacDonald improves his braking. Definitely need a lot of that in those conditions, as we earned a decent amount of credits and reputation as well. And before we head to the season finale, we've got an activity to do. So we can do a TV advert, earn 7,500 credits immediately. Improve our abs and back muscles for our riders so they get a corner and ability bonus of 20% in the next race. Go to the gym and do some muscle building to get throttle control ability and 100 XP boost immediately. Or do an interview and get an extra credit bonus if you achieve the sponsored objectives of 100% in the next race. Let's only go for the immediate credits and did a TV advert. So there is only one race remaining. Hopefully we have that glorious sunny conditions that are showing in that picture. Round the Ricardo Tomo circuit in Valencia, the fourth and final visit to Spain. And what an exciting battle for second. We have just a point between MacDonald and Canet. Who will grab second in the championship behind One Mir? Find out next time. Thanks for watching. I will see you then.